yummy. It has a nice buttercream on it, so it's good.
I think the ube butter on top really just melts with it.
Milk and milk products are amazing. They touch every aspect of our restaurant.
There are not too many baking recipes that doesn't use whole milk. We use it for both like our regular coffee and all of our espresso drinks. So without that like extra creaminess, it just wouldn't be the same. My husband Max and I opened up Lola's. We wanted to have kind of like a twist on Filipino food, so like introducing it slowly to Pittsburgh. That kind of sparked the ube cinnamon roll idea. Cinnamon rolls are super popular here in Pittsburgh, and then we wanted to put like our own little spin on it. Milk plays a really important role in the ube cinnamon roll specifically because for really any brioche, and that goes for our donuts as well, we always start with whole milk. We're gonna spread some sort of like room temperature softened butter, and the extra like ube jam is just twist on a cinnamon roll. So I'm cutting about 1-inch strips, and then I use these to roll up and form like into the cinnamon rolls. It's still like super gooey in the center, has like all the qualities like an actual cinnamon roll, but just with like a different kind of like added nutty flavor to it. Everything's made in-house, fresh, daily, using local ingredients. We do a lot of baking and a lot of coffee.
Cappuccinos are my go-to because they are delicious. I always like to get it with like milk or cream. I feel like it adds to it, brings out the flavor, and makes it enjoyable.
For the ube, I feel like the creaminess of it just like kind of works. And everybody raves about the pandan and the ube.
It's just my first time having this.
Really?
Yeah, that's delicious.
I think it's more like art. I never understand how people get the separation of 3 different liquids. It cuts the coffee, but it's a nice mix with the cream. Growing up, my mom would always make cakes, and she would do the towering ones. And I would always remember just like, oh, anything with the milk, eggs, batter. There's bad memories with dairy products. That's my favorite.
My name's George Austin. Butter Joint here has been in Pittsburgh for about 12 years now, and I love the farm-to-table ethos we have here. We make everything we possibly can by hand. The ingredients you put in definitely affect what you're gonna get out. The farm cheese we put in our pierogi filling. We start with cream top milk, some buttermilk, some heavy whipping cream. Cook it at a low heat until the acid in the buttermilk curdles the rest of the dairy. We use this cheese currently just in the pierogi.
Has a nice crunchy, buttery flavor to it.
It's definitely one of the better pierogies on the Pittsburgh end.
It's so important when making the cheese or the yogurt or even the milk bread to have a great quality dairy product.
Milk bread tastes like a pretzel.
In the process of making milk bread, we're going to start with the starter, which is called tanjong. Basically, all you do is mix flour and milk or water together. The higher the fat content, the softer and more tender your bread is going to be. So I have some pre-scaled lumps of dough here that have chilled overnight, and this is called rounding dough. It's just like taking your hands and kind of pushing the dough against the table. So all we did here was we took the loaf out after it was done proofing, washed it with that egg wash, threw it in the oven at 350 for about 35-40 minutes. And this is where it all comes from.
Whole milk and other dairy products are definitely playing a huge role in flavor and texture. I've just found substituting things, it just doesn't quite make it the same.
Milk is the foundation and the star of the show, so having a great quality dairy is the backbone of the kitchen.
To watch the full Allied Milk Legendary Special, download the free Very Local app.